one thing I know for sure. If there's one thing I know for sure. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that I know nothing.
Hello and welcome to TTFL Season 9. We are round 19 and we are at Vegas, baby. I fucking hate this track. Anyway, we have got updated standings after last week's race. So we can see Casto has taken the lead. Cornicus not able to race last week with a broken finger. So I think as the season has been cut short as well, we're dropping 2 rounds due to the new game coming out, and that always causing a massive drop in numbers. So the decision's been made to remove 2 rounds, so we won't be racing at Imola or Hungaroring this season. Which means with 3 races left to go, I believe the battle for the outright drivers championship is just down to Casto and Cornicus. Find the pass is it's a little bit too far away in the points. So Frenzy in 4th, Moyland in 5th, Martin in 6th, Mrs. Cole in 7th, and we've got Gap back to Steeled in 8th, followed by Zodak and Camus. Dan Ralph picks up 11th, Jake in 12th, Scarito in 13th, Wi-Fi in 14th, Speedy in 15th, Hyder in 16th, Gearshift in 17th, Hobo in 18th, Simseco in 19th, and Day in 20th. In the team standings, McLaren are just ahead of Ferrari, but it's still anyone's to play for in the team standings between the two teams. Mercedes in 3rd, comfortably ahead of Williams in 4th and Alpine in 5th. AlphaTauri just off the back of Alpine, stay in 6th as they were last week. Alpine actually jumping 2 places. Alfa Romeo dropped 2 places down into 7th. Red Bull in 8th, Haas in 9th and Aston in 10th. Right, let's get some screens up. Let's get the upside down pig on view. So we've only got 13, maybe 14 if Hobo ever gets online. So it's a short quali, so just 1 qualifying session, so everyone will be trying to get a good time in as quickly as possible. Why is that not working? Oh no, it is working. So it looks like we have got a clear race ahead of us. I don't want the onboard shot, that's horrendous. Everyone on out laps. It looks like a Red Bull on their way round to start, and it is Zodak, so we'll ride on board with Zodak. Makes his way through turn 1 and 2, although that does only feel like 1 corner. And the double right-hander of 3 and 4. So then into the first DRS straight to the first of the 90-degree right-handers. At round 6, important to get your braking spot on through there. So you get yourself lined up for the chicane of 7 and 8, and then come back on yourself through 9. It's flat out now all the way through this right hand section down to the braking for turn 12. We've got an Aston Martin that may have outbraked themselves. Does look like they've got going again. So now on to the Vegas strip, and this will be flat out all the way down to the braking for the left-hander at 14. So DRS open again. And heavy onto the brakes. Try and clip those two curbs to carry as much speed on the run to the start-finish line. It couldn't be an issue tonight, but if it was a full grid, you'd have drivers starting, well, part way round the turn. So Zodak sets a 33.5 on his first run. Hyder picks provisional pole up with a 32.9. We've got one of the McLarens coming round. That's Thornicus on an out lap. Next across the line will be Jake in the Alpine. Crosses the line a 33.5. Takes him into third. Haas of Quabs comes through 33.4, goes into second. So as it stands, I think we should call that the end of quali. Haas 1-2. I don't think anyone's actually going to listen and do that though. So that's Scorito next to come through, and 11.5 through sector 2. 34.2 for Scorito, takes him into fifth. Casto coming through at 110.3 through sector 2. So expect this to be a blistering time as he comes up towards the start finish line. A yellow flag in sector 2, but that's not going to affect Casto's run. 32.5 dead. And Hobo would like an invite. There you go, Hobo. Invite sent. Got Thornicus coming around the final corner. First one to get into the 131s, a 31.7. How did Casto get back to the pits already? So fun to pass on an out lap. Stilled just starting his first timed run. Down the first DRS straight and then onto the brakes for the right hander. Through the front foot of the upside down pig. That'll be why Castro's ended up there then. He's disconnected. Timing line is halfway down the DRS straight. So 111.2 for sector 2 for Stilled. Wi-Fi's done a 39.7. Is he on? No, he's into the pits. And Stilled coming up to the start finish line now, around the left-hander. A 33.3 for Stilled takes him into fourth, sorry. So 32.9 of Hyder's keeps him in third place at the moment. Camus and Frenzy just on track. 44.8 through sector 1 for Frenzy. 44.4 for Camus. Frenzy making his way down the strip. DRS open. It'll be full attack mode now. 111.0 for Frenzy through sector 2. As we go to Camo, a 10.9 to Camo. He's getting quicker times through the sectors than Frenzy just ahead. Whether he's getting the benefit of the distant toe, especially down the DRS straight. A 33.3 for Frenzy. Camus will come across the line any second. A 33.6. He loses out in the final sector to Frenzy. And Camus finds himself down in 10th place. Hobo has joined the session, but he is on a qualifying ban, so he won't be taking part in the race. That channel up. He is allowed to go out and just make sure his setup is locked in, but he'll have to come in at the end of the lap and retire. So Castro on an out lap, Thornicus still in the pits, find the pass, not on a push lap. Looks like he's into the pits. Frenzy looks to be on an in lap. Castro just starting his second run. He needs to find 8/10 if he wants to beat Thornicus. See how he's doing when we get to the first split time. So he's a 10th up on his previous best in Sector 1. Still some work to do through the rest of the lap to try and close that gap to Thornicus. I'm sure Thornicus will be happy to have the provisional pole at the moment. As we go through Sector 2, he's found another couple of 10s in Sector 2. Still needs to find another half a second in the final sector. Let's take as straight a line through that little chicane as possible. Cut as much of the inside. Does find another couple of 10s. It's not enough to snatch provisional pole, so he stays second on a 31.9. Hobbs has gone into 7th with a 33.4. What have we got left to start their lap? Moyland is just starting his run. And just ending that run by clouting the wall on the exit of turn 5. So that's going to be a trip to the pits. Points. So Wi-Fi is improving. Takes 1.8 seconds off. So it does improve, but it's still only a 37.8. Still a lot of time to find for Wi-Fi if he wants to be challenging for a top 10 position on the start. Scarito a second down through Sector 2. Zodak out for another run. Looking tight. Tidy through 7 and 8. Run down to turn 12. 3/10 up through Sector 1 for Zodak, so that's going to put him up to around about 5th place. See what you can find in the final two sectors. Sector 2 is one heavy braking zone and then it's flat out either end. So 6.5 tenths up through sector 2 for Zodak. So he's going to move him up the grid nicely. Out of the chicane. Just the final corner to go for Zodak. Crosses the line, a 32.9 moves him up into 5th place. So good time from Zodak. And if we ignore Thornicus and Casto, the grid is pretty close. Wi-Fi's improved again onto a 35.3. Looks like Wi-Fi's getting to grips with the track. Jake's back out on track, 6 tenths up through sector 1. It's going to be putting Jake into the 32.9s. Let's see what he finds in sector 2. 7.5 tenths up, so he's found a 10.5 in sector 2. Just the final few corners to go. Flat out all the way to the line. To the left of 17, crosses the line, a 32.6, takes him up to 5th and 3 tenths clear of Zodak, who moves down into 6. Moylan's on an outlap, Wi-Fi into the pits. And Wi-Fi has retired in the pits. I think it struggled to get back in through the pits and get back out to go for another run. So Wi-Fi will be starting no higher than 12th. See if Moyland can keep this lap clean. Tidy through the first 4 corners. As the DRS open nice and early and run down towards turn 5. It does manage to make it through without contact with the wall this time around. Let's get a little bit of understeer as he went for the entry at turn 7. Nicely through 9, 44.7 through sector 1. Just the break in at the end of this straight to get right. Very wide on the exit, the back not wanting to stick to the track there. It's going to hurt him on the run all the way down to turn 14. As Jake's retired in the pits. So 1:11.7 for Moyland in sector 2. This isn't going to be a blinding lap. This is going to be in the 1:33s. A 33.7, only good enough for 11th. Is not going to have the ERS available to go for another run. Frenzy just gets across the line before the checkered flag's dropped. So we've got Thornicus 600ths up on his best lap through sector 2. Can you find anything? He does find a bit in sector 3, so a 31.7 for Thornicus. Casto 2/10 up already, so that's going to be close. Can he hold on to that 2/10 through sector 2? Again, he looks a little wide through the exit of 12. See what that does to his split as we come up towards the timing line. Pretty much does level with the bridge. 2.5 tenths up through sector 2. We still found a little bit. Camera angle makes it look like he's going to go into the wall on the outside of 15 there. Just a final corner to go for Casto. He does manage to jump Thornicus with a 31.6. Can Frenzy improve? It does improve, finds 8/10, which takes Frenzy into 6. Quabs isn't on a lap. Moylan's not on a lap. So that is qualifying complete. So just wait for Quabs and Moylan's cars to be rolled back into their pit boxes. And get ready for 25 laps of the Vegas track. So there we have confirmation. Casto takes the pole, Thornicus in second, Find the Pass in third, Stilled in fourth, Camus in fifth on a 32.5. I didn't see Camus sneak in with that time. Frenzy in sixth, Hyder in seventh, Drake in eighth, Zodak in ninth, Quabs in 10th, Moyland in 11th, Scorito in 12th, Wi-Fi in 13th, and Hobo with the quali ban will be starting in 14th. Just wait for everyone to load in and start sorting out their strategies. Oh, so we all in. Not had a busy day. Not that one. We'll be just waiting for the drivers to set their tyre straps. So everything going clear. Get that off. Let's put that on. So Casto and Thornicus both going for the medium. Find the Pass going for the soft tyre. Stilled on the hards. Camus, Frenzy and Hyder all on the medium. Jake, Zodak, Quabs and Moyland on the hard, and Scorito, Wi-Fi and Hobo all going for the medium. Why has that got so loud? turn that down at the moment. And audio, we gone. There we are. That's a bit better. Not massively great, but it will do. The pack actually managing to stay reasonably well together. So it is likely to be a one-stop race, although Find the Pass maybe trying something different, starting on the soft. Maybe looking to try and run soft, medium, medium. With the chances of a safety car being quite high. It may work out well for Find the Pass. We will have to wait and see. And now I wonder what camera angle we're going to have for the start of this race. It does look like we're going to be... Frenzy's had a moment during the formation lap. Would be nice if we were actually facing the cars. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Good start from the guys at the back. They seem to get away a bit better than those at the front. Thornicus has managed to get into the lead. Have we lost Casto? We've got a yellow flag. Seems to be back to racing. Let me just make sure we've not lost anyone. Casso seems to have a very poor start there, but he's up the inside of Still Tunise to retake 3rd place. Find the Pass has got past Thornicus as well, so Find the Pass is in the lead. Thornicus in 2nd, Casto in 3rd, Stilled in 4th, Camus in 5th, Zodak in 6th, Hyder in 7th. Moylan's moved up into 8th place. While we're taking that off, was it that we wanted to look at? Quab's up 1 place into 9th. Hobo's had a great start, gaining 4 places up into 10th place. Wi-Fi in 11th. Scarito holds on to 12th. Frenzy has dropped 7 places down into 13th, and Jake has had a nightmare. Currently finds himself in 14th and 10 seconds off the back of the pack. Back at the front though, Find the Pass and Thornicus managing to hold off Casto for the time being. So starting to open the gap over Still behind. It's looking like a battle for 3rd between 1st, 2nd and 3rd. And then the timing boards had another nightmare. Mid-pack all looking close together. 2 little clusters stilled down to Hyder. And Moylan's on the back of that as well. Quabs is closing up on them. And we've got a couple of seconds back to Hobo, who heads Wi-Fi, Scarito and Frenzy. And Jake looks to be having a bit of a mare on those hard tyres. It's picked up wing damage as well, and that's not going to help around this track. It's going to make the car a handful in the corners. Back out in front, it's still Find the Pass leading his teammates. This is going to help him as it stands for the Constructors' Championship. Will help Thornicus close the gap to Casto, as this looks like it is a tactical change of position. So Thornicus takes the lead from Find the Pass. Find the Pass will now be playing rear gunner and try and help Thornicus build that gap, not let Casto through as easily. Both got the DRS. You need to actually be keeping an eye behind us. Still's only just outside the DRS of Casto. If he can pick a toe up on the exit of 9, he could pick the DRS up down through the end of sector 2. So the detection point just after the exit of turn 12. So Find the Pass and Casto will definitely have the DRS. Still is close enough, which is going to give DRS as well to Camus. So Moyland has managed to get the move done on Zodak. Zodak coming under pressure from Quabs as they run down towards turn 14. Quabs looking up the inside, pulls alongside, does get in front, but Zodak trying to come for the cutback, can't quite get it back. So Quabs up into 8th, Zodak drops back down into 9th where he started. Find the Pass has managed to clear Thornicus. So Find the Pass back into the lead as we start lap 4. Casto just on the back of Thornicus, not quite close enough to go for anything at the moment, but I have the DRS. Thornicus will be getting DRS as well, which will help him defend as they head down towards turn 5. We've still got Stilled and Camus on the back of this battle, so battle for 4th at the moment, spanning all the way back to 5th place. Whilst these guys are battling out in front, Hyder and Moyland were closing, but we've had our first retirement, and it was at turn 5. Looks like the Aston may have had a moment and gone into the wall on the exit there. So that has brought out a safety car, and someone's just picked up a drive-through. I think that may have been Jake. I dared him put... Oh no, I can do it that way, can't I? So yeah, Jake's picked up a drive-through as he went past the safety car before it passed the second safety car line. Obviously fell foul of the Delta. It is a pain in the ass. So Find the Pass has pitted along with Moyland. Moyland looking to get rid of that hard tyre onto the medium. Find the Pass just coming out of the pits now onto the medium tyre. So Find the Pass comes back out into 10th place after that early pit stop. As the safety car was out early and the pack was still pretty tightly bunched up. Find the Pass and Moyland have dropped towards the back of the pack now. Oh, stop yawning. Cannot get comfortable tonight. It's probably bloody melting. You won't put the fan on. Get some airflow going. Try and cool this room down. So we are still under safety car. Jake to catch the back of the pack. Hopefully it'll be back on the pack by the end of this lap. Cornicus and Casto, very similar tyre wear. A couple of percent in it. Stilled is on the hard, I believe. Yeah, 16. We've got Camus running in fourth now on the medium tyre, and then the two Hasses back together on track. Opposite tyre strats on the Hasses, so be interesting to see if they try and work together, keep on the back of the front pack. Find the pass, and Moyland have moved up into 7th and 8th. Who else has pitted? Looks like Zodak and Frenzy have both been into the pits, as well as Scarito. Lobo's actually stopped twice, so's Drake. Jake had to stop to get that wing replaced. I wonder if he tried to do another stop to serve the drive-through, but you can't do that under safety car. So the lights on the safety car go off as they come through the little chicane at the end of the strip. We make our way back to the start-finish line. Casto will be looking to try and get the move done on Thornicus as quickly as possible. He's going to want to try and open a gap, build himself a bit of a cushion before he has to come in to the pits. Thornicus getting a good getaway there under the safety car. Hyder looking up the inside of Camus, side by side through turn 4. Hyder getting on the power a little bit too early coming out of 4, and that spun him off and into the wall. Jake's been through the pits to serve his drive through. So Hyder losing out there. Find the Pass has gained 2 places. Well, he's managed to get past Quabbs, and with Hyder hitting the wall, that's gifted him another place. Moylan's lost out on the start. Zodak's had a great restart, jumped up into 7th place. And right on the back of Quabbs, and looking to try and get the move done on the break-in into turn 9. Gets the move done, so that's Zodak up into 6, and that was into turn 12, sorry, not turn 9. Moyland also following through on the strip. Frenzy as well, looking to try and follow with the slipstream. But Quabs sticks to the inside, outbreaks Frenzy into the chicane. So Quabs manages to hold on to 8th. Frenzy will have to go for another move a little bit further around the lap. Scarito just on the back of this battle as well. And we've got Hobo just behind. That's Jake getting past Hydra's. Hydra's trying to nurse the car back to the pits. Out in front, Casto has managed to get through on Thornicus, so Casto into the lead. Thornicus finds himself running in second. Find the Pass up into 4th after the restart. So Find the Pass is currently sitting in a very good position, having already made a stop. The mediums should be able to get to the end from here. The parcel is on its way and due to be delivered tomorrow. Yay! New toys coming. Sorry, the commentary. That's what you're doing. Stop looking at delivery. So Frenzy has had to wait near enough a whole lap to get the move done on Quabs. But does get it done on the strip this time around. Still no DRS available. So that is all on straight line speed. Scarito right on the back of Quabs. Hobo having a little bit of a moment through the chicane, getting a bit out of shape. Manages to keep it pointing the right way, but has lost a couple of seconds to the cars in front. The Scarito gets the move done on Quabs on the start finish line. So Scarito up into 9th. Camus got back past, oh that's why he's got back past Moylan. Moylan's in the wall. He has luckily got a gap he can get back going on, but he's lost the end plate off of the wing, so he's going to have to nurse this round and try and get it back round and get it in for another wing. So Jake makes his way through. That was always going to happen. Find the Pass has managed to get past Thornicus and is right on the back of Casto now. Find the Pass with the fresher tyre. It's going to be trying to take full advantage of the extra traction they'll have on the corner exits. As we head down the strip with DRS available, can Find the Pass get the move done? Yes he can, and Thornicus grabbing that extra straight line speed with the DRS and the slipstream. So Casto losing out to both McLarens on the strip. Just behind, still Sneeze and Zodak fighting it out over 4th place. Zodak up the inside onto the start finish line, gets the move done. So Zodak up into 4th. Come on Zodak, we want to see a podium for you before the end of the season. Where have we got battles further back? Frenzy on the back of Camus. Got the DRS down towards turn 5, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to go for a move. And I think he actually closed the DRS early there, so as not to carry the overspeed into the corner. Find the Pass has managed to break the DRS from Thornicus, so Thornicus will be asking him just to give him a little bit so he can use the DRS to defend from Casto, who's only half a second off the back. As they go through the detection point, they may have timed that perfectly, and they have. So Thornicus does get the DRS, which is going to help him defend from Casto. Casto is gaining though with the double slipstream. Thornicus pulling all the way to the left on the strip, trying not to give Casto as much of a slipstream as he'd like. So the gap between the top three is just 7/10 of a second. Zodak still holds on to fourth place. Stilled just behind though is within the DRS. Those hards may be starting to feel a little worse for wear for Stilled. That's Casso's mediums. A fair bit of difference between the tyre wear between Stilled and Zodak. Let's find the pass again, breaking away from the DRS. Thornicus still half a second clear of Casso, actually pulling away a little as they make their way through the middle of sector 2. They will both get the DRS again from Find the Pass. Casso a lot closer this time around, sticking in the slipstream of Thornicus as they run down the strip under the bridge. Is Casso going to go for something this time around? Looks to the inside, Find the Pass, losing out to both Thornicus and Casso in the break-in. So Find the Pass drops back down into third place. Thornicus retakes the lead. Casso into second place, but still with his sights set on the lead. So Moylan's found himself down in 11th after having to stop for that new wing. Quabs has must have made a stop and dropped quite a bit off the pack. Yeah, Quabs has made a stop. I wonder if he picked up damage somewhere and had to go for a wing. Out in front, still the same order. Thornicus leads Casto and Find the Pass. Zodak actually closing up now. Almost within that 1 second DRS window. Stilled Sneeze starting to fall off and actually becoming a little bit of a roadblock to Frenzy and Scorito behind. We are back onto the strip. Thornicus won't have the DRS to help him defend this time around. Find the Pass a little bit far back to get the double toe effect. Casto with the DRS gets the move done early on in the strip. So Casto up into the lead. Thornicus drops to second. Find the Pass has closed the gap but wasn't close enough to actually take full advantage as Thornicus pulls off and into the pits and picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Frenzy moves up into third. We've got a Mercedes around again. That's another front wing needed for Moyland, and that has brought out the safety car. This could hurt Thornicus, although everyone is being waved past as a safety car. They are going to have to drive to a Delta, and I'm going to snooze you advert break. Hoping I've got enough snoozes left to get to the end of the race before the next ad break. So Casto has got about a 12-second lead over Thornicus. It's going to have to pit this lap. Needs to pit to try and cover Thornicus off. That gap's actually building back to Thornicus as everyone's trying to drive to the Delta. Find the Pass is gonna, well, would inherit the lead, but Find the Pass into the pits. Casto into the pits, Zodak into the pits, Frenzy in, Scarito in, Camus is coming in, Jake and Hobo staying out. Casto is just leaving the pit lane now. He's going to end up coming out just behind Jake, just ahead of Hobo. So Jake takes over the lead. Casto in second, Hobo in third. Find the Pass out in fourth. Zodak gets out in fifth. Sornicus is pitted as well. Frenzy in sixth. Scarito in seventh. Stilled in eighth. Camus in ninth. Sornicus comes back out of the pits in 10th. Moyland coming through in 11th, and then the two Hasses of Quabs and Hyder 12th and 13th. So we're waiting now for everyone to catch up to the safety car. Hopefully it won't be too long of a safety car period. We will wait and see. If I wasn't low on data, I'd watch the stream. Good luck, boys. All good shit. Waiting for my flight. It's going to get delayed by another 5 minutes for every 3 minutes that pass. So no Dan tonight because he's off on holiday somewhere. As Jake comes into the pits. No, doesn't even make it into the pits. Gets disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. Frenzy dives into the pits. So despite Jake's car being disqualified, the AI decided to drive it into the wall of the pit entry barrier. Rather interesting. So Frenzy is going to come back out in 12th. So Casto back into the lead. Hobo running in second place. Is this Hobo's chance at a podium? Can he keep his shit together and hold on to a podium position? Is this Zodak's opportunity? Sornicus with some work to do to get through the pack, currently sitting in 8th place. Zodak in 4th, just behind Find the Pass. With penalties to play ahead as well. Should have about 15 minutes of racing to go once we get back underway. Should be called this lap around. And there it is, safety car in this lap. Casso trying to get some heat into those tyres. You see a bit of contact further back between Hyder and Quabs. Hyder's picked up wing damage and body and floor damage. Not sure if that's all from that same bit of contact. Out in front, Casso has gone. He's caught Hobo sleeping a little. Hobo immediately under attack from Find the Pass, who dives up the inside of turn 1. Zodak thinking, I'm going to have a piece of that as well. So Zodak up into 3rd. Hobo dropping down on into 4th. And possibly make that 5th as Scorito coming alongside down towards turn 5. No DRS available after the restart, but Scorito up into 4th place. Hobo down to 5th. He's had a really poor restart, and it looks like he may be about to lose out to Stiltonese as well. Manages to hold on for the moment, but then gets a bit of a slide on and ends up sliding into Stild. So he's picked up Stild's knees, taken Stild's front wing completely off. He's picked up wing, floor and body damage for himself. So Hope having a torrid time on this restart. Thankfully it's not brought out another safety car. But it is going to mean a trip to the pits for Hobo and Stild. Not sure how well that car's going to drive with the floor and body damage. Out in front though, Casto is starting to open that gap to Find the Pass. He's just on the 9/10 mark. He's not quite broken DRS yet. Zodak hanging on to the back of this lead battle. He'll be hoping to try and get the DRS as soon as it's available. Help him defend from Scorito behind. Thornicus has had a good restart. He's up into 5th. As he goes back in pursuit of Find the Pass and Casto. Moyland up into 6th. Despite having to have another stop for a wing. Look like Camo just kissed the wall on the exit of 5. Looks we've got away with no damage. It's got Corbina behind for company. Again, very close to that outside wall for Camus. Still getting away with it. No additional tyre wear showing, so he's not being caught out by the game. Eating through tyres when you kiss the wall. Find the Pass still within half a second of Casso as they make their way down the strip. Actually gaining with the slipstream all the way down the strip, but not close enough to go for a move into 14. Zodak losing a little bit of ground there to Find the Pass. That's dropped him back into the DRS of Scorito. DRS has been enabled this lap, so Find the Pass will be wanting to try and get the move done on Casso as soon as possible. Zodak would love to be closer to Find the Pass to get that DRS. Scorito has got the DRS, but not closing as much as I expected. I know that is only a short little straight for the first DRS zone. I thought Scorito may have closed a little bit more. So heading down towards the strip now. Find the Pass as close as you want to be heading into turn 12 is definitely going to have the DRS. He's going to try and stick in that slipstream as Zodak behind trying to break the slipstream from Scorito before the DRS zone. I think this is going to be job done for Find the Pass and Scorito, both getting past their respective drivers. So Find the Pass back into the lead. Casto running in second. Scorito up into the final podium position. Zodak drops down into 4th, and now we'll be looking in that rear mirror to see Thornicus closing up behind. Thornicus does pick up the fastest lap of the race. Moyland still holding on to 6. He's dropped back from Thornicus, but managing to keep nicely ahead of Camus. Casto not able to close up with the DRS down the first DRS straight, but is right on the back of Find the Pass. Zodak losing a little bit of ground to Scarito. I think he's having to concentrate on Thornicus being behind. That's costing him a bit of time. It's actually dropped him out of the DRS, and Thornicus going side by side through turn 11. So Thornicus gets in front and gets a big moment as he gets on the power out of turn 12. He was close enough to Scarito. No, he wasn't. He doesn't get the DRS. Zodak has the DRS and gets the move done back on Zodak. So Zodak back up into 4th ahead of Thornicus. Scarito holding on to 3rd. At the moment, he's got just over a DRS gap back to Zodak, so he's not going to worry too much about a DRS attack. But Thornicus up the inside onto the start-finish straight retakes 4th place off of Zodak. Casso's managed to get back past Find the Pass. So Casto back into the lead. Again though, Find the Pass with the DRS. Whilst these two are battling lap after lap, it is allowing Scarito to hold on to the back. So if there's an incident between the Ferrari and the McLaren, Scarito is in a prime position to take advantage, except he won't do that now after getting a moment coming out of turn 8 and tapping the wall, and that's given him end plate damage on that wing. That's going to hurt him all the way through this flat out section. It's a bit of a squirrel on as we go into the braking for 12. Thornicus can smell the blood going on the charge. He wants that 3rd place as it goes to the inside. So Thornicus clears Scarito down the strip. Zodak wasn't quite close enough to take advantage, as more bits of wing flying off. Scarito has completely lost his front wing, so he would have been pitting anyway for the end plate damage, but it looks like the end plate cost him. What's Frenzy? Frenzy's had a moment as well, has ended up facing the wrong way on pit entry and has been disqualified from the session. That's bizarre. So Casto holds on to the lead with 4 laps to go. Find the Pass in 2nd, Thornicus in 3rd, Zodak in 4th. No penalties to play ahead. We've got Moyland up into 5th, just on the back of Zodak. Oh, Frenzy picked up a random puncher. That's what caused his car to go round. I wonder if he ran over the carbon fibre that was dropped from Hyder. That's what caused the puncture, because there was a lot of carbon floating around. As Moyland does get the move done, so Moyland up into 4th, Zodak drops down into 5th. Camus in 6th, quite a way back from Zodak. I'm sure Zodak will want to hold on to the back of Moyland for as long as possible. We've got a big gap back to Scarito, Steeled, Hyder, Quabs and Hobo. Hobo's tyres are very cold. I'm assuming he's had a moment somewhere. There's getting no heat into those tyres. So Castro's managed to open a 2-second gap over Find the Pass. Thornicus sitting in third, 1.7 seconds back from Find the Pass. Zodak's got back through on Moylan, so Zodak back up into fourth place. And starting to open the gap, not quite enough, so Moylan may... Yeah, he does just get the DRS on Zodak. So Moylan with the DRS open has got a massive ERS advantage over Zodak as well. Zodak has burnt a lot of ERS trying to keep up with that front pack for as long as possible. So Moylan will see the telltale sign of the light blinking. He'll know he's got less than 10% ERS available. Moylan sitting on 50%. Should be able to get the move done relatively easily. Although, famous last words, will he try to go for it down towards turn 5? Or is he going to wait and do it on the strip? Looks like he's going to wait and go for the move on the strip, although it looked he ran a bit deep in towards turn 5. Had visions of a new wing being needed if Mercedes have got any left. Find the Pass really starting to struggle now, losing out to Thornicus. Well, that may have been a tactical position swap, as we've lost Quabs. As a Haas has been in the wall. Whilst he's been in the wall, Hyder's also picked up damage, so that's both Hasses. Well, one Haas out and Hyder needing to stop for a new front wing. Fortunately for Hobo, I think he's too far back to take advantage of Hyder's predicament, but that is going to move Hobo up into the final points position. Find the Pass and Zornicus still battling it down the start-finish straight. Find the Pass having a big wobble as we came out of turn 17. How he didn't end up in the wall, I don't know, but he does manage to keep the car facing the right way. Loses out to Thornicus, so Find the Pass into third. Moreland and Zodak still in a bit of a DRS battle, and you've got Camus just on the back of this as well. Got a three-way battle over fourth, a two-way battle for second. Casto's got a comfortable 4-second advantage over Thornicus. So Casto can pretty much cruise to the end. We are on the penultimate lap. Now that has gone quicker than expected. Mind you, it was short quali, which helps. I need another beer. So on to the strip for the penultimate time. Zodak not able to get close enough to go for a move on Moyland. But Camus getting right up on the diffuser of the Red Bull. Camus has got a an ERS advantage over Zodak. Let's go for the switch back Tries to sell him the dummy into turn 1. Zodak though sticks to his line. Doesn't try and overly defend the attack from behind. With the DRS, they both have the DRS. So Zodak close enough to Moyland to be able to defend from Camus' attack. He needs to try and stick with Moyland all the way through this section to make sure he gets the DRS on the strip. So coming up towards the break-in, find the pass, losing quite a bit of time to Thornicus ahead, but I want to keep an eye on this battle, see who's going to win out. Zodak not close enough to get the DRS. Camus looking up the inside. Contact there between the wall, Camus and Zodak. Unfortunately, that's the end of Camus' race. He will still classify, but he'll classify in 10th as Casto takes the win. Thornicus comes across to take second. Find the Pass picks up the final podium position. Moyland in 4th. Zodak in 5th, managing to hold on after that contact with Camus on the final lap. Scarito in 6th. Steeled in 7th. I had second and gave it to Thorn on the line. I was too busy looking at a wrecked car to notice. But I thought there might be a tactical position swap to try and negate the deficit as much as possible. Scarito comes across eventually very, very slowly to the line. Slowly, is he trying to run out of fuel? So Scarito eventually takes seventh. Hyder will come through to take 8th. And Hobo will come through to take the final position of the night. But he'll still get 2 points, so I'm sure he'll be happy for the points haul. He can't even crash it properly. Kept all the wheels on. Still 2 more races, Zodak. I want to see it before the end of the season. You were so close tonight. Didn't crash on your POV. You crashed a lot tonight, Hobo. But that has been the Vegas Grand Prix. Knew it would be a safety car fest. Next week we are off to China for a sprint race, which I'm sure everyone's going to love. But I'll be back same time next week. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to everyone who's been in the chat. And I will see you next week.